Yeah. Hey boy, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Good man. I believe it's the last day of exams today, ne?
Yeah, last day, finished off with life orientation.
Wow, how was it?
It was a bit easy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So it's holiday now.
yeah, holiday.
Ju-
Holiday.
Just don't get your imaginations high. I don't have money. So whatever you plan for holiday, just think, eh? Well, remember the other day we went to the beach and we had some time together. And I began talking to you, sharing with you how blessed I am to be your father and how good I feel that you are my son. What was going in your mind when we had that kind of conversation?
Well, at first, I don't know what we were gonna do at the beach because we weren't packed for swimming or anything. But then, as we were walking, you were telling me about the movement you're starting and how you're blessed to be my father, and that really touched me.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. That comes as a challenge because, as you would know by now, that I always relay the story that I grew up without my father.
yeah,
And so what I'm doing to you, it's a learning curve. It's kind of like a learning on the job
yeah.
where I learn to be a father and how to father. And I'm sure there might be cases at times where you were kind of like frustrated in how I was doing things. Can you just remember any of those?
Um, yeah, there are quite a few cases, but the main one was, I think, you telling me like maybe I have to do something. But in my mind, I'm like, why am I doing it really?
I grew up, as you would know, that my dad was not around. I only happened to see him when I was 30. So there was always that longing of how I could have reacted with him when he was raising me up. So most of the things that I was doing to you were things that I really hoped that were done to me. So it was kind of like a learn on the job situation. And looking at you growing up and being the son that I would like you to be and making the right choices. Yeah, it feels good, man. It feels good. I can just say it feels good. And I like this, that you can easily open up
Yeah.
and share things. Yeah, what you like to, maybe just anything that is on your mind right now?
Well, at my age, being a 16-year-old or a teenager, I feel that's the time that children or teenagers really need their parents or fathers. Okay. So like, how was it at my age having no father?
Yeah. It was tough. It was tough because my peers, they would always say, my dad would do this. My dad would come back from work and bring me this. So my dad, always there's a conversation that we would kind of like brag about their dad, my dad. So it was tough for me being a 16-year-old, raised by and centered around with women, my great-grandmother and my aunties. So I could not really have a relationship of what a father is like to me. I'm glad that I grew up surrounded by women, my great grandmother and my aunties. They did help me a lot. It was quite challenging. I didn't know. I didn't know what to expect. There were always, challenges day after day. Yeah, yeah. That being raised by and surrounded by my great grandmother and my aunties at the time caused me to view women differently, positively though, because I was surrounded by them, and that taught me to respect because I saw the role that they played in my life. And yes, later I would have interactions with my mom because she gave birth to me and she got married to my so-called stepfather. As you know, in our culture, we don't have stepfathers, we just call fathers. So I would relate with my mom, get to know her, but that shaped me to respect women, which I would love to hear from you. How have I conducted myself in front of you, relation with your mom, with my wife?
Well, from a young age, you taught me to be a man, even though I never knew what a man is or how to be a man. I remember at times that you would leave for like meetings to Cape Town, Joburg, and I was at the time I think 10 or 11,
Yeah.
and you just tell me be a man,
Yeah.
protect your mom, protect your sister, look after them. At that time, at those times, I was like, what is a man? What am I gonna do? I would sit up. I'll tell you something that you might not know, but I would sit up at 10 o'clock or something,
Aibo.
watching the door. I thought that was protecting. I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also instances like we're at the shops or something. You're buying clothes, and you tell me take their bags or something. So what I learned from that is that you should make life easy for women, and you shouldn't really trouble them or make it difficult. Yeah, and also like I remember on Sunday afternoon, I was helping mother with cooking. You said, "Yes, boy, that's a good man."
Yeah, I remember that.
So-
And I remember those times when you come out of the shop with bags, mom, and I would see that your sister is carrying or mom is carrying, and I would say to you, carry that bag. I'm glad that you noticed that. At first, it didn't really register in your mind, but I was in a way sharing with you more than being, how can I say, overloading it over to you. But I want sharing from experience that it is good to appreciate women and take care of them. And you remembered me. You reminded me now of the last Sunday when I saw you in the kitchen and you were cutting. I saw you were peeling tomatoes or something, but you were busy with the lunch, and I just looked at you and I felt so good in my heart, and I said to you, boy, that's being a man. Yeah.